Hello guys, my name is Kiki and welcome to my channel. I've been a crafter for almost 30 years, yeah, I love it. But if you want to learn how to decorate your home on a budget while having fun at it, hit the like, subscribe and stay tuned. And for this one, we're going to take our plaster of Paris, a bowl, and some water, and we're going to mix them together to make a texture that looks like pancake batter, something like that. Just add your water to your plaster of Paris, then let it bubble, and then start mixing. You're going to mix really well, just like this, going all around it, making sure that you have everything. Now I'm going to grab this beautiful mold that I got from Amazon, and I'm just going to pour my plaster over here and just pour on all of those spaces like that. Then I'm just going to tap them really well so I can release all of those bubbles like this. Then I'm just going to use my alcohol and I'm just going to spritz a little bit of that. I'm going to let them dry for 2 hours. Then I'm going to remove them from the mold like that, removing all the over-pour that I made. And then I'm going to let them dry for 1 to 2 days. After that, I'm going to take cinnamon brown and I'm just going to paint them completely like this, all of them. Then I'm going to take my tulip puffy paint and I'm just going to start decorating them like they are gingerbread houses. I'm just going to go all around it like this, just having fun, adding a little bit of that puffy paint, making dots like that, and just making it look cute. If you have doubts on how to decorate a gingerbread house, go to Pinterest or Google and just search for some gingerbread houses. You will find lots of beautiful houses over there. And you can get some inspo so you can make cute houses. I'm just playing around with my puffy paint just like that. Just decorating, adding here and there, adding squiggly thingies. And I did that to all of the houses. After I have all of them ready, I'm going to take this beautiful molds from my beautiful friends from Crossfire. And those are Christmas trees. And I'm just going to pour some of that plaster of Paris like that. Tap, tap, tap. Then add a little bit of that alcohol, a spritz, so we can remove the bubbles. Then I let them dry. And here you can see, I'm just going to paint them with the same cinnamon brown. I'm just going to go all around it like that, covering all the tree like this. Then I'm going to let it dry really well. And when I have them, I'm going to grab my puffy paint in red and white. And I'm just going to start decorating it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just make dots all around it like this, just going around the tree just like that. And after I finish with that, I'm just going to start adding my white. And this will be the snow. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover those steps to make them look frosted like they have snow all around it. When I finish with that, I'm going to let it dry and repeat that with the other one. And I have all of those ready so I can take the smaller ones and just make red dots. This ones came with the mold that you saw from Amazon. I'm just going to make dots like this just to decorate them like they are with Christmas lights. Then I'm going to take my snowman and I'm just going to start adding some black puffy paint. And I made the hat, the 2 eyes, the mouth, and as well I made the buttons on their belly. After that, I took some of that red and I just make his scarf. Then I'm going to let them dry really well so we can start assembling. And I'm just going to use 2 pieces of wood and I'm going to use this stir stick and I'm just going to glue it like this on the back to make the back part of our village stand out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with my houses just like this, making sure that they are where I want them, like that, so I can start gluing. And now I'm going to take my tree and I'm just going to place it over here. Then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to place it on the other corner. And as you can see, I'm just playing around with all of these houses before I start gluing. This way you will make sure that you'll have them where you want them. So I started with the ones in the corner and then I'm going to start adding the other ones like this. Just gluing them on the bottom just like that. And they are so stinking cute. I'm just going to add one here. And then I'm just going to add this ones over here in between those that I have on the back like that. And I'm going to add 3 of them. Let me just add this one here. And as you can see, I'm just going to the corners and then to the center of my village. Then I'm going to add the ones that go here. And I'm going to add the other one on the back or the corner of here. And then I'm just going to add the trees over here just to measure where I should glue the other ones like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue my trees just like this. Then I'm just going to continue gluing everything like this, including the trees and the snowman. As you can see, I'm just gluing the snowman over here. And I'm going to glue the other one over here. Then I'm going to take my trees and I'm just going to start gluing them as well like that. And here you can see how beautiful they turned out. Let me just show you so you can see all of them. And here you can see it. And I'm so in love with the gingerbread lane that I created. I think I'm going to make a peppermint avenue as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. And for this one, we are going to take plaster of Paris, a bowl, and we're going to take water. And we're going to combine them together just to make a kind of pancake batter type of consistency so we can have our batter or plaster of Paris ready so we can fill our molds. And let me just finish with this. I'm just mixing it really well. Now I'm going to take this mold that I had on my stash and I'm just going to fill it. Then I'm just going to demold them. And when I have them ready, I'm going to take some of this foam clay and I'm just going to work it on my hands like this. I'm just making a really long snake. Something like that, just going all around it like this. So we have a thin but not too thin snake. Now I'm just going to coil it around itself like that. Then I'm just going to coil it around the round like that. Working it around in my hands just to make it look like this. When it is dry, I'm going to take tan paint and I'm just going to paint them completely like this. I'm going to paint it all over, then I'm going to let them dry. And then when they are dry, I'm going to take chestnut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting those spaces in between the snaky thingy that we added. And I'm just going to go all around it like that. I'm going to do the same thing on both of them, just making sure that that chestnut shows. So I'm just going to do that. Then I'm going to dry brush it completely. And then I will repeat that with the other one. Let me just finish here. Now we have both of them. And I'm going to take royal gold. And I'm just going to give a good dry brush kind of coat all around the cinnamon roll. I'm just going to go all over it. And now I have both of them. Then I'm going to take this beautiful ribbon from my beautiful friends of Craftspire. And I'm just going to make a loop so I can hang my ornament. Let me just flip them over, glue it on the back like that. And then repeat with the other one. Now I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm just going to mix it with cinnamon. Yes, because we're making cinnamon rolls, so we need cinnamon. So I'm just going to mix it like this, just mixing it really well. Then I tried with this popsicle stick, but it didn't work. So I took a paintbrush, used one that you don't mind throwing away, and I just painted that cinnamon and Mod Podge around it. Now you can stop there, but I'm just going to use some of this foam clay and some Elmer's glue to make the drizzle. And I went ahead and added it here. As I said, you can stop there. You don't need to add the drizzle, but yeah, I'm extra and I just love the drizzle. And I did this one like this. Then I let it dry for at least 24 hours. And I made the other one like a line because my son prefers less drizzle. And here you can see both of them together. I'm in love with them, but I want to know what you think. We're going to take one of these jars and I'm just going to remove the top part of the jar like this. I'm just going to cut it really well like that and score it and cut it until I have removed that. Then I'm just going to make this part a little bit thinner just by removing the center part like this. I'm just scoring it. Then I'm going to cut it. And as you can see, I just messed it up a little bit up there. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of wood glue. That's wood glue. Yeah. Over here and glue it. Then I'm going to add a piece of tape like that to make sure that it will stay. Flip it over like this just so the glue sets. And in the back, you can add a popsicle stick, but I'm just going to use a piece of this canning that I had. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue like this. and a little bit of hot glue over here as well, just to make this a little bit more secure. Then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to grab my flag red paint, and I'm just going to cover it completely like this. I think this is apple red. Yeah, I think that one is apple red. Now I'm just going to take this decal that I have made with my Cricut. If you want to make it, I will have it in my description box down below so you can make the same one. And it's a Santa Cocoa mug. And I'm just going to add it to my mug like this. Then I'm going to remove that transfer tape and add the pieces that I forgot. And after I finish with that, we're going to be ready to start decorating the handle. And for that, I'm going to use a little bit of this vinyl and just cut it in strips like this. Just add it like this, like that. And I'm just going to continue all around it like that. Then I'm going to remove the excess just using a cutter like this. And this is one of those cutters. You can use a box cutter, an X-Acto knife, anything you want. Here you can see it, and now it is ready for decoration. For that, I'm going to use foam clay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a spoon, and I'm just going to smooth down that frosting or whipped cream over there. This foam clay came a little bit wet, so you can add a little bit of glue to your regular foam clay to get this texture. Now I'm going to take the sprinkles that I got from Amazon, and I'm just going to sprinkle some of them over here, making sure that they are stuck just by patting them down like that. And after I finish with that, this needs a straw. So we're going to take one of those beautiful straws that you can find at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut it like this. Just measuring and cutting to size just like this. Then I'm going to stick it over here and add a little bit more of that foam clay like that using my finger. After that, I'm going to add a couple of sprinkles just to make sure that it blends in. And then we will have a beautiful cocoa mug. But it needs something to cover up the back. So what I'm going to do, first, I'm going to add a bow to the side before I start covering the back because, yeah, it needed a bow. So I'm going to make a hot glue bow over here. And you can see my tutorial for bows on the links above. So you can go and check out how I make my hot glue bows. And I'm just going to make it like this. Then after I have my bow, I'm going to tie it in the middle like this. Just tie it really well, making sure that your leggies are going down. Play around with it, fluff it up, and then add a little bit of hot glue to the back and glue it over here. Now I decided to cut those leggies a little bit more, and now I'm going to flip it over and add some felt to the back to make it look cuter. And here you can see it, and this one is one of my favorites. It is so cute, but I want to know what you think. So go ahead and let me know in the comments below. We're going to take plaster of Paris, and we're going to take a bowl, and we're going to take some water, and we're just going to mix them together really well until we have like pancake batter. Let me just add my water and start mixing like this. I like to add my water until it starts bubbling, and then I start mixing. I'm just going to mix it really well so it looks like pancake batter. And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my silicone molds from Temu, and I'm just going to pour my plaster and let it dry. Then I'm going to take this beautiful cinnamon color, and I'm going to paint all of them. Then I'm going to take tan, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a good dry brush all around it like this. Looking so beautiful because we're making gingerbread waffles. Let me just go ahead and paint them like that. Then I'm going to grab royal gold, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a good coat only on the edges of the waffle like this, so it looks cute. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this ornament hooks that I got from Walmart a long time ago, well, in Christmas, and some felt, and we're going to just make the back of our ornaments cuter by adding the ornament hook like that. Then I'm just going to grab the felt, and I'm just going to glue them together like this. Then I'm just going to cut all of that excess felt like that. And we will have a cute ornament. I'm going to repeat that with all of them. And now I'm going to grab my Tulip Slick white paint, and I'm just going to start making lines diagonally like this all around them. And I'm just making 3 of those like that. In two of them, I'm just going to do the lines on the middle like this. And they are looking so cute. Then I'm going to take my sprinkles and I'm just going to add sprinkles to those two that only have half of them with lines. And I'm just going to add lots of them like this to make them look like they have chocolate drizzle. And oh, so beautiful. After that, we're going to start decorating the other ones. And for those, I'm going to use berries. And this ones I got from Amazon. Let me just get those thingies off them because we're going to use only the berries. And I'm going to add lots of hot glue. And I'm going to add 3 of those berries like this. Then I'm going to grab this thingy that I got from Walmart. And I'm going to add a little bit. I repeat that with all of them. Let them dry really well so we can have beautiful ornaments. And here you can see them. And these ones are so beautiful. But I want to know what you think. So go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Because yeah, I'm biased. Now I want all of my ornaments to be waffle ornaments. I'm going to use sprinkles that I got from Amazon. And we're going to use this beautiful snow globe in some of this glitter paint. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything from the snow globe and I'm just going to pour some of this paint inside of that snow globe just like this. Then I'm going to grab a paintbrush and I'm just going to paint it all around like this. After I finish with this, we are going to start adding our sprinkles while this is wet. So now I'm just going to grab those sprinkles and I'm just going to start pouring some of them inside of our snow globe like this. Then I'm going to keep on adding until I have it as I want it. And then when I finish with that, we're going to let it dry really well so we can come back and secure those sprinkles. After that, and it is dried and secured, we are going to grab the same glitter paint so we can just add more of that glitter on the inside of our snow globe. I just did the same, added a little bit like this, then took my paintbrush and started brushing it on the inside like this. Just making sure that I'm securing my sprinkles like that. After I finish with that, I'm going to let it dry really well for about 24 hours so I can make sure that it is dry and it is beautiful. And here you can see it looking so cute. Now we're just going to assemble it back by adding the cap or that thingy. And then we're going to take this pot and we're going to take this flag red apple barrel paint and I'm going to paint that and I'm going to paint the cap or thingy on the bottom. And I also painted a half bead. As you can see here, we can see them. Now I'm just going to glue this two together so I can paint another coat on the top part. Yeah, now you can see it is glued. Now it is painted. And now I'm going to take a piece of felt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a square or rectangle and just round those corners. Then I'm just going to glue it like this. And just like that, it is looking super cute. Then I'm going to take the half bead and I'm just going to glue it on top. And then I'm going to flip it over so I can add this beautiful ribbon from my beautiful friends of Craspire. In the description box down below, you're going to find the links to all of the products that I got from them. And also, you're going to find a coupon code. After I added my ribbon, I'm just going to do the same on the top like that with this beautiful ribbon. And just going around like this. And cut the excess, add a little bit more hot glue and just glue it like that. Now we're just going to make it cuter by using the small half beads. And I'm going to glue 2 of them like that. And yeah, you should paint them before adding them, but I wasn't thinking about that. So I just added them before. But you should paint them using this gunmetal gray. And after you paint them and they are dry, then you can glue them. And here you can see it. And this one is super cute. A mini gumball sprinkle machine. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I would love for you to subscribe and become part of our YouTube family. But if you're a returning subscriber, you know how much I love you. Remember that in the description box down below, you're going to find the links to all of my social media so you can go and check me out over there. I'm going to take more plaster of Paris, my bowl and more water, and I'm just gonna mix them together as we did before. We're making pancake batter because, yeah, we're making pancakes. No, we are not. So I'm just gonna mix them together really well, and I'm so sorry if I sound different, but I've been sick for the past 2 weeks and my throat is on fire. So I'm so sorry. Now I'm just gonna pour that plaster over here on this square mold that are from my beautiful friends of Craftspire. And I'm just going to take 2 of those and I'm going to make a line on the bottom using the chestnut paint like this because we are making cheesecake. Yeah, unedible or non-edible. Now I'm going to take some beads, another bowl, and some of this beautiful flag red paint. And I'm going to mix them together with a little bit of water so we can make a beautiful stain. Let me just pour my beads over here. Then I'm going to add a little bit of that paint to the water. Like that, I'm going to mix it really well. Then I'm just going to pour that paint on my beads and I'm going to mix them really well. After that, I'm going to let them dry and I used a paper towel to let them dry. But I let them here for a couple of hours before I did that. So I'm just going to keep on adding paint, mixing around, and now that they are dry, let me show you. Here you can see them. They are looking super cute. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue them to the top of our cheesecake. I'm going to go all around it, no rhyme or reason, going around, adding here and there, so we can have cherries on our cheesecake. And I did that for both of them. Now I'm going to take the beautiful ribbon from my friends of Craftspire, and I'm just going to make another loop so we can hang it on the Christmas tree. And now I'm just making that loop like that. I'm going to glue it to the back. Just like that. Then I'm going to flip it over. One of my cherries didn't survive. And I'm going to repeat that with the other one. Then I'm going to take this silicone and some food coloring. And I use the red one. And I'm just going to mix that together. Here I have my silicone and I'm going to add a couple of drops of that red coloring, food coloring. And I'm just going to mix it really well, just like this. I'm going to go all around it and then I'm going to take my cheesecake and I'm going to start applying that on the top to make that glaze that the cheesecake has on top. I'm going to go all around it, adding my cheesecake glaze. And I'm just going to keep on adding and just flattening it down like that. And here you can see that I'm almost done with this one. And here you can see both of them. And I'm so in love with them. They look so real. Clay. And I have here a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to take some of that clay, work it on my hands, flatten it down like that. Then I'm going to place another piece of paper on top. And I'm going to use a wine glass just to make that shape like that. Then I'm going to peel it and then I'm going to remove it from the paper just like this. And then using my nail, I'm going to start making some indentations on the sides. So this looks like a cookie or a macaron. Now I'm going to take cinnamon brown and I'm just going to paint them completely. These ones we're going to paint on the top as well as on the bottom part a little bit on the side so they won't show when we add our filling. Now that they are dry, we're going to take the beautiful ribbon that we have been using and we're going to make the loops for these ones. And this will make 2 macarons. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it like that, a loop, add it over here. Do the same for the other one, and then I'm going to take my 1M Wilton tip in a piping bag and some spackling, add it to the middle, push those 2 together, remove the excess on the side, and repeat on the other one just like this. After that, I'm going to remove the excess from the side like that. And then we can start decorating these cuties. Let me just grab my puffy paints and I'm going to use white puffy paint to make the squiggly lines on the top of the gingerbread man because we're making a gingerbread man. Now I'm going to take some puffy paint in black and I'm going to make his eyes and his mouth. So let me just do 2 dots for his mouth and a U shape for his mouth. Well, I said it I said it backwards. Now I'm making his cheeks with a little bit of red paint. And now here you can see them. And these ones are so cute, but I want to know what you think. More plaster because, yeah, we need more pancakes. We're going to mix it with water. As I told you, we're going to make it like pancake batter consistency. So go ahead, place your plaster of Paris on the bowl, then add your water and let it bubble. That's my trick for this. After it bubbles for a little bit, start mixing it really, really well. And when you finish with that, just make sure that it is really well mixed. Then fill one of these molds, and this is a round mold, and fill it like that. Then we're going to take this clay that I had. It is a little bit watery, and one crayon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that clay and frost my cookies because this will be cookies. So I'm just going to frost them like this. And then I'm just going to start making texture using plastic. You can use the spoon, and I will show you how we made it with the spoon. Then I'm going to take my crayon, and I'm just going to break it using my scissors. And I'm going to start adding pieces of that all around the cookie. No rhyme or reason, just add a couple of them like that. And then repeat the same steps on the other cookie. Then using your spoon, go all around that circle. And just make sure that you press the spoon and lift the spoon so you can create this beautiful texture. After that, you're going to let them dry really well. And now we can start painting. For that, I'm going to paint them first with the tan paint. And I'm just going to cover them completely just like this. And I'm going to go all around them, painting in that beautiful tan color. Then I'm going to take some of this beautiful royal gold, and I'm just going to paint them on top like that, just to give them that goldeny color that the cookies have. I'm going to repeat that with the other one, and I'm going to use chestnut just to go all around it, just giving it a good dry brush all around our cookie because it was on the oven. Now I'm going to take melted chocolate, and I'm just going to paint those chocolate chips. Yeah, chocolate chips. And I'm going to paint them, making sure that they look cute. And we don't have any of that paint on top of them. And when this is ready and we have all of them painted and cutified, we are going to add the loop. And now for the loop, we are going to use the same beautiful ribbon. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue it in the back of my cookie. Remember that in the description box down below, you're going to find a coupon code and the links to all of Craspire's products that I used. And here you can see them, and these ones are so cute. Let me know what you think. This one, we're going to make a cake. So we're going to take our plaster of Paris, some water, and a bowl, and we're going to mix them together really well. Make sure that you have some sort of pancake batter when you mix your plaster of Paris, so you have enough plaster of Paris and a good consistency that it will dry quicker. Go ahead and mix them really well, and then take your mold that you greased with a little bit of that Vaseline on the inside, petroleum jelly, and just pour that. Let it dry for 2 hours, remove it, and then paint it in the color tan. Like this, then let it dry and come back with royal gold and just paint all over it. Just like this, then let it dry really well. While that dries, just go ahead and grab some chestnut color and a sponge. Just make sure to tear some of those chunks of that sponge so you can make a cake-like look. For that, I'm just going to dip my sponge on the paint, and I'm just going to start sponging it like this, just to make it look like it is baked, like that. Then let it dry, and while that is drying, we're going to mix Elmer's glue with our foam clay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to the bowl. That foam clay, it's a little bit wet, and I don't like to use it. But for this one, it's just perfect, and you can use any foam clay for this. So add your foam clay to the bowl like that, and just mix it really well with lots of Elmer's glue. Just go ahead and mix until you have a runny kind of consistency. This will make the most beautiful drip ever. Go ahead and just mix it really well. Add as much Elmer's glue as you need, and then grab your cake and start frosting it. Let me just finish here so you can see it. Now, grab your cake and with the spoon that you were mixing, just go ahead and frost it like this. Just spreading it all around it like that, and this will drip on its own. So you just go ahead and just spread it really well and let it drip. That way you will have the most beautiful frosting drip ever on your cake. Just go ahead, make sure that you add enough. And after you have that, you're going to decorate with this before it dries. So you can stick all of your decorations to the frosting. So keep on going. As you can see, I'm just helping that drip, but you don't have to because this will drip no matter what. Now I'm going to take some of these berries from Amazon and some of this thingy that I got at Walmart, and I'm going to start adding my berries and my greenery like this. Just going all around, and here you can see it. I added enough of that greenery and berries, and it is looking so super cute. And here is our cake, and I'm just loving it, but I want to know what you think. So go ahead and leave me a comment about this beautiful bundt cake in the comments below. What I'm going to do is more plaster. Yeah, we have lots of plaster on this episode. Just mix it really well. Make sure that you have your pancake batter texture. Make sure that you add your water to your plaster, not on the reversed. Well, reversed, something like that. Just make sure that you mix them really, really well, like that. And then take another mold, or this one, and fill it to the top and make 2 squares. Get them out of the mold, paint them in that beautiful tan paint. Make sure that you have a sponge and just stir some of that sponge out so you can paint it. Now take that paint and then just start sponging it all over like that. This texture will make it look like cake because we're making a beautiful tres leches cake. So go all over the sides. Don't touch the top because we're going to add something different. Now we're going to flip them over and make a loop with the beautiful ribbon from my friends of Crosspire. And what I'm going to do is add a little bit of hot glue and add it on the back like that. Then I'm going to repeat that with the other one and take my spackling, and we're going to start playing with the spackling on top, just spreading it like that. Take your time so you can make sure that it is spreading and that it is sticking to your tres leches cake. So go ahead and just make sure that it is added. Then make lines with your spatula, clean the sides, and then repeat with the other one. You can add some cinnamon on the top like this and remove the excess because I went a little bit heavy-handed. Now I'm going to take a piping bag with my 1M Wilton tip. Wow, that was a mouthful. And add my spackling to it. Then I'm just going to pipe a starry thingy to the top like this. And then I'm going to take these berries from Amazon and I'm going to add 1 on each of them. Like that. And here you can see them, and these tres leches are so beautiful, but I want to know what you think, so let me know. And that's it for today. This is everything I have for you. Remember to share this video with a friend because that's a free way to help this girl out. Hit the like and stay tuned because I will be bringing lots of beautiful DIYs so you can keep an eye out on them. Take care, my beautiful friends. Bye-bye.